Welcome to the GBLowkey podcast, where every day we progressing and every L is a lesson. I'm your host Juan F. You may know me as Juan GBLowkey. And yeah, so this is the first official episode, and I just wanted to start a podcast just to, for one, I'm inspired by a lot of podcasts myself. I listen to a lot of them, and I wanted to have another way to express myself other than just music, and also to give my supporters and those who care what I have to say a different perspective and just of my personality and just my thoughts on things. So I just want to, before I start and get into the topics, I want to say I thank all of my supporters who support my music and just support me in general. I thank you guys, and I hope you guys continue to support. So do me a huge favor, subscribe, like this video, share it, and yeah. So we just gonna jump into it. So I had a few topics that I wanted to speak on personally, and I also was able to get topics from those who are close to me. So shout out to everyone who sent me questions. In the next episodes, it won't. I'll have some episodes where I'll have guests, so I can have other perspectives, and you guys can hear other perspectives from other black men like myself, black women, or just guests in general. So yeah, so I guess we could just kick it off right now. And so I'm gonna start with, I guess I can start with a few of the podcasts that inspired me, and those are the Joe Budden podcast, the David Banner podcast, Jamel Hill Unbothered podcast, the Brilliant Idiots podcast. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna miss some names, but yeah, check those out. You guys should definitely listen to those podcasts. Super dope, and they inspired me as well. So yeah, I guess we can get into one of the first topics. Before I start, I just want to say rest in peace to George Floyd. Rest in peace to all the victims of police brutality. And just man, I know it's a tough time for all of us, like as black people, and just anybody who has a heart. And you know, it's a tough time right now for us, and we're gonna get through it. So I just want to send my prayers and condolences to all the families that are victims of this senseless violence and police brutality. It's not easy for us to get through, but we will get through it together. With that being said, we all know it's a lot of protests and things going on. My opinion on it, I love it because it's just bringing awareness from whether protesting in the streets or to the Blackout Tuesdays on Instagram and everybody on social media giving their great perspectives on how we can come together and solve these issues. Another thing that I feel like is so amazing about it is you're seeing other races other than just blacks. You're seeing other races and just cultures coming together. Like, man, that's messed up that you guys had to keep experiencing this over and over for hundreds of years. That's the great thing about social media now is we all getting to see it. Like, it's not just word of mouth no more. Oh, black people always complaining about being oppressed. No, it's true. It's been happening. We finally getting to see it, man. Like, people are opening up their eyes now. For one, I used to think to myself, like, man, it's never gonna get better because you know that other side always has the power. But we're starting to see a little light. Certain laws are being changed. Just things are changing, and it's super dope. Like, it's just dope. Any progress is progress, and we just got to keep our foot on the gas so we can continue to get things to progress and keep going. So that can bring us to the next topic, which is how can we progress as black people, period. I think we can progress as black people, period, by just sticking together for one. Um, Doing our research, making sure we have our research. We have to also start gaining power. So we like starting young. We had to implant it. Like, we had to plant it in ourselves. Like, yo, you need to do something that's constructive, whether it's creating businesses or going avenues that can open doors for us all. Not just one person make it and everybody leeches onto that person. It needs to be a cycle of all of us becoming successful. We see examples of it like in Atlanta, how Atlanta is a black hub. You see a lot of black people successful out there. That needs to become more of a thing, like just in the whole nation, man, we just gotta continue to uplift each other and push each other to do more and not just do the same things like rap, basketball, sports in general. We need more. We need more black doctors because if we got a lot of black doctors, that's gonna lead to a lot of. Eventually, we can have black hospitals again. We can have black owned businesses. Period. So we just need to, man, just progress, and we just gotta stick together, find our resources, invest in each other. It can't just be any investment, of course, but we got to have solid plans also, and just communication. So that's what I would say is my idea when I think about how we can progress as black people. Just sticking together, stop bringing each other down, man. If somebody is doing something great, let them know that you support them, that they're doing great. Encourage them. That's one of the big things too. Sometimes all we need is a little encouragement, and we can make that thing work. Yeah, I might speak on that again in the next podcast once I think about it a little more, because it's a lot of ways we can progress. So that can lead into the next topic, which will be dealing with these issues as a black man. Now, and I could talk about this I'll probably cover this on another episode too, just to get other perspectives from some of my other black brothers. But for me, dealing with these issues as a black man is very traumatizing, because you start to have that feeling of hopelessness. Like, man, no matter what I do, I still can be killed, can't make it home, like because of the skin of my color, man. Like the color of my skin, excuse me. And it's ridiculous. Like, you start to lose hope. Like, man, I don't want to have kids in this society because I don't want them to experience it. So it's just like, it's tough dealing with these issues as a black man. But I will say, like, man, like I said earlier, seeing how everything's going on now with the protests and certain laws being changed, it does give a little hope. So, like, I would say it's definitely just tough, man, coming up in America, coming up in the world, period, as a black man. It's so tough to do, just be successful and just to try to achieve just a better life, man. It's so tough. But we can overcome, and we will overcome. So I guess, like, another topic we can get into is rappers and celebrities being called out for being silent when things happen. As in the recent weeks, we've been seeing, like, I'm pretty sure you guys probably have seen it too, like, controversy about certain celebrities being called out for, you know what I mean, being silent. And with this, I feel like we shouldn't always be so quick to jump on celebrities and say, hey, what are you doing? Or why aren't you doing this? Or that and the third, when things like this happen, because everybody don't like to do things for the public to see. These people may be doing things behind the scenes, so I feel like we just got to be better with that, because celebrities are people as well. They just have a title. You see them on TV. They're normal people. So we have to do a better job as the everyday people that's on the ground. Not that they're not everyday people, but you get what I'm saying? Like, we have to do our part and stop focusing on what is this person doing, what is this person not doing, and just do our job. Because if we all doing our jobs, man, individually, just imagine when we come together and start and really put our foot on that gas, and we start to see changes like we starting to see the little changes now. So we have to keep doing that, and we just can't be so quick to call out this person because they got a title or because they're famous. Like, they're people, you know what I mean? So we just got to do a better job at that as well. Another topic, thoughts on voting. Now, for me, I've always kind of had an ignorant way of thinking when it comes to voting. I always thought it's not important if these people gonna do what they want to do regardless, and woo woo. As you get older, your mind start to change on certain things, and I'm starting to see now that voting actually is important. We got to get this guy out of the office that's in there right now. We do. And, you know, you'll hear people saying, yo, well, Trump has did this and I benefited from. Man, look, you can't just always look at the things like, oh, it helped me. What is it doing for us all overall? Like, that's what we had to start getting better at too. Just because something it worked, you benefited for a moment, that don't think about the long haul. Like, we still, you know what I mean? We still below that bar, man. Like, America thrives off of black people, really, but we are the ones who we don't see no kind of we don't see any we don't see no kind of plus from it. So I just want to say that voting is important. I'm starting to realize it myself. Shout out to people like Killer Mike, T.I., who like they own us. Like, man, locally is very like super duper important. Don't get me wrong, the presidential campaigns, they're important too, but locally, man, that's another way we can progress as black people too. Once we start changing these local laws and these local setups in our communities, man, we can start thriving a little bit more. Because if you start doing your research and start reading certain things that's in your city, you start realizing, oh, this is set up to keep us, you know what I mean, in the situation that we're in now. So locally, we need to vote way more. And this year will be my first year voting, so I'm gonna take that challenge on myself and get out there and vote. So yeah, I have to do a better job at that, and I will do that this time around because I've never voted before, and I am currently 23. So that's like about 5 years where I could have at least went voted locally or something, but I haven't. But now that I'm, you know what I mean, growing, I'm starting to realize. So that's my mission. So another topic. Let's see. Bear with me here, y'all. Why is there so much hate between white cops and African Americans? Man, after doing some research recently, somebody brought up a very good point. They were like, when you think about it, like police in general, it wasn't set up to really protect and serve like they say you know what I mean, their mission statement is always to protect and serve the people. It wasn't set up for that. If you look back, especially for us blacks, that wasn't put in place to protect and serve us. That was put in place to harm us, if you ask me. And doing research and you see what it started from, that's like a gang in itself. You look at the things like the Bloods and the Crips and those different kind of movements, those gangs weren't bad at the start. Somewhere along the way, we lost our way. Those gangs were really, before I believe it probably was another word before they became gangs. Those movements right there were to protect the communities. Along the way, we lost our way and start turning on each other. So when you look at it, I always look at the police like, man, they would never their mission has never been here to protect and serve us. So why do we always be surprised when these things like this happen? Don't get me wrong, that I do sound a little desensitized when I say that, but after you see it over and over and over, it's like, okay, I expect that from the police. But at the same time, I feel like it's just so much hate because they stereotype us, man. Like, I don't care what it is. Like when police approach you, they already got their hand on their hip. You can see the aggression. Like, it's just, I don't know. And it's not, I want to say it's not all of them, but if you witnessing and you working with these bad cops and you ain't saying anything, then hey, you fall right along with that bunch. So as much as I want to say every cop isn't bad, because I know it's really good, you know, policemen out there, but y'all gotta start checking those cops who y'all know ain't right, man, and go and talk to the people that's above. What do they call it, the chief or whoever? Like, y'all gotta go talk to the person in charge and like, yo, y'all need to either assign this man to another area. If you know they working in the black communities or these communities where you know they coming with that aggression, they on a hunt for us, that needs to be a conversation that's had. Like, man, switch them people around. We need black officers in the black community because they know how black people maneuver, move. We ain't always, we not, bro, like, the way we're stereotyped, like, we're just stereotyped in a negative light, man, and we're not bad people at all. If we're so bad, don't root for our black athletes. Don't jam our black artists' music. Cause we run this world, man. Black people run this world. Without black people in this world, bro, imagine a world without black people. Let's just take a second to do that. Let's take a second to think about that. The world with no black people. Since we're so negative, just imagine a world without. Yeah. First of all, in the United States alone, you guys have built this country off of us. Let me take that back. Y'all didn't build this country. We built this country, and now you guys just get to sit back and reap all the benefits of a country that's just, you know what I mean, just all about money. Money that you guys wouldn't be making if we didn't build this country. You know what I mean? But we're so negative. So I just want to say that. If we're so negative, man, stop rocking with us. But y'all can't. Because guess what? We do everything. We provide y'all with the best music. Not just rap. We do it all. Any kind of music you could think of, black people do it. You know what I mean? Athletes. Like, don't even get me started with sports. Like, imagine sports with no black people. Who's watching it? Please tell me. So I just want to say, man, I know I got off the point a little bit as far as, you know what I mean, why so much hate with black black people and just cops. I don't, they just got something against us, man. But something my uncle told me when I was young, and I never forget it. He said, man, if you think about it, black people are special because when somebody is constantly being picked on, targeted, you know what I mean, people always got something to say about, it's something about them. And if you think that's so true, shout out my Uncle Dennis for telling me that, man. He told me that at a young age, and that always stuck with me. Like, man, black people, we are dope. That's why they always picking on us and trying to kill us, because they know we thrive. We made it through slavery, man. Like, we made it through slavery. You know what I mean? We made it through the worst conditions, man. Segregation. We made it through all of that, and we still striving. And we're supposed to be we're supposed to be like the poorest race. But guess what? You still got black millionaires. You still got black billionaires. You still got black people finding a way to survive, whether you live in check to check, whatever. Black people, we thrive as in us. You can't stop it. So I just want to say, man, be proud to be black. A lot of us don't want to be black at times, and we don't talk about it much, but that's just what it is. A lot of it's some black people that don't like to be black because of the things that we go through, but we got to take that pride in being black, man, and say, hey, we special. We are some powerful people. We just got to use that power together, unify, and make this thing happen. So I hope I answered the question as wise. I just feel like, man, it's a lot of stereotypes and things placed up on us, so they are already coming at us with no understanding. They not trying to understand, so they just coming at us with aggression and trying to just knock us off, because it's taught, man. It's taught to other races to black people are like this, black people are like that. So what if you constantly see something and you growing up with people, your parents and stuff like that, telling you certain things about a race? How you think you're gonna view that race? You're not gonna view them in any other kind of light than what you were taught. So I just think other races need to do a better job as, you know what I mean, teaching your kids that we don't go off the color of the skin. Like, we go off of how does that person character, like the great Martin Luther King said, man, content of the character, not the color of my skin. So I hope I answered that question. Okay, so another question we have is how to get past the small town mentality. Wait, before I get to that one though, just to finish off some of the topics that fits more in the time that we're going through right now. I'm gonna get back to that one. Another one I have: how to do right when living in a world where wrong is right and right is wrong. I think this one you really got to just, whatever you believe in, whether you believe in God, whatever your preference is, that's when that kicks in, because evil is always going to look better than doing right. You know what I mean? Like, I can speak from my personal experience just living. Evil is always going to look better than doing right. It's so hard to do right, but it's so easy to make the bad decisions. And I think that fits this question answers this question very well, because, man, how many times have you, like, coming up, you have friends and you see your friends doing something, you know it ain't right, but you just like, bruh, I want to do it. Like, I know what my mama told me. I know what my father told me. Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and it's just like that. And I just feel like that's when you just gotta get in more in tune with whatever you believe in, what is God, and just ask for that strength to keep pushing and prevail through all of that madness. Because at the end of the day, that's when that's when that strength keeps building, and you just like, okay, I can actually do it. I can actually do the right thing rather than the bad thing. The bad thing is just a temptation. But after you defeat something, confidence builds. Oh, I see now. I can get through that. So I feel like, to answer that, you just got to get in tune with whatever you believe in, whether you believe in God or whatever. Ask for that strength. And it's not easy. I'm not gonna sit up here and just be like it's easy. I struggle with it every day. No matter what the case is, like I just struggle with, you know what I mean, trying to keep my head on straight. I would like to say I'm doing a good job, but we're human, and we all fall short of the glory sometime. But to answer that question, yeah, like I just feel like it's always gonna be easier to do the bad than the good. But just ask for that strength, man, and just work on yourself and know yourself most of all. And if you don't know yourself, then you gotta keep learning yourself, which we can all do every day, every year that God blesses us with. We can just get better, growing. So yeah, I didn't mean to go on a super long rant on that one, but yeah, I hope I answered that question. So another question we have: why is it important for African American fathers to play a part in their kids' lives? This one, man, this is a critical question. I feel like it's super duper important. I know with me, early on, I didn't grow up with my father. I always wanted to. I always wondered what it was like to have both parents in the house. Thank God for my mother that she was there and she did the best job she could with me. But it's definitely times that that you need that black male figure in your life, because a mother can only do so much. But not to minimize our black queens out there who doing their jobs, but it's certain challenges that, as a black man especially, that you go through, that you need that father there to help you maneuver. And just that confidence that you have as a man when you're raised by your father, man. It's just like, man, it's just I can't really speak on it, because like I said, I didn't grow up with my father, but I could just imagine just the confidence that do for you, and just the confidence that you have, and just the way you carry yourself. I'm pretty sure it's still challenges there, but I feel like it's important that our black fathers are in our lives, and shout out to the ones that are in their kids' lives, man. Keep doing it. They need you. And it's needed, man, because we just need their presence, man. Like, period. Whether you raising a black son or a black daughter, man, you need their presence. Just that, because a black male, man, we've been through so much. We're so strong. That strength can get passed down. But when we grow up without it, a lot of times it's a lot of uncertainty. It's a lot of anger. It's a lot of it's just a lot of negative. It's a lot of, you have a lot of negative views on things that could have been changed if you just was to have certain conversations. You were taught certain things, but you have to grow up and learn these things on your own. A lot of us have to grow up and experience things and learn things the hard way, which could be all avoided. You know what I mean? If some of our fathers step up. But like I said, it's I don't think it's as bad as people try to make it, because I do believe that there's a large amount of fathers who are playing that role, and shout out to those. But it's also a large amount who's not. Whatever the case may be, they do have to step up. So yeah, and I just want to say too, man, if you weren't raised with your father, it wouldn't hurt to reach out to them as well, because at the end of the day, they're people. They probably were young, or whatever the case may be. You don't never know what people go through and what causes them to, you know what I mean, veer off and not take that responsibility. So sometimes you just got to be the bigger person, reach out to them. So anybody, man, who didn't grow up with their father and want that relationship, man, it's never too late. You just got to say, hey, we missed that time. But, you know what I mean, reach out, make that relationship, mend that relationship, and just and grow and see what can happen, because it definitely can help you. I can speak from my personal experience. I grew up, you know what I mean, like, man, I'm feeling certain ways about it. I don't want nothing to do with dude, or I don't. But then when you get older, you like it's not. It's like you. I'm grown, man. Like let me just reach out. Like let me see what's up. You know what I mean? Then you had that conversation, and you like, man, I don't even feel no hard. I don't feel no bad way about it anymore. So with that being said, man, I just think it's very important, and we have to find a way to protect our own kind, so we don't lose our fathers, because we need it, man. And that's what I say about that. The next topic, black men and mental health. Whew, like this topic right here, man, is something that we don't speak about enough. As black people, period, I feel like we have a lot of pride. We always talk the whole things in. Um, you know what I mean? Don't show emotion. You don't want to seem like you're weak. But I feel like that at times that is a sign of weakness. Always having to hold something in. You need to talk to people. You know what I mean? That's something I battle with myself, and something I've been trying to get better with. Instead of just it's a sense of pride though, because we always were taught that, like, and some things we gotta unlearn some things too, man. Like it's okay to go talk to a therapist if you feeling down, or you depression is really getting you, like, man, it's getting the best of you. As black people, we gotta let that. I'm so strong that I don't need to talk to nobody. Like, man, you're hurting yourself, you're killing yourself inside, because you're holding all this stress and depression in. It is not going nowhere. It's just weighing you down. And I feel like we just got to get better with that communication. Find somebody you can talk with. Don't just talk with anybody, of course, but find those people who really care about you and who really want to know how you doing. You know what I mean? It's just think about like our basic interactions with people socially. We say, hey, how you doing? But you really don't. You really not trying to see how the person is doing. But you gotta find those people who actually, when they say how are you doing, they really care and it's genuine. And that, you know what I mean, when you can tell them something is confidential, it's good and secure with them. They're almost like your therapist. So that needs to be more, and we have to just care about each other more. A lot of us, we have so much going on in our individual lives that we forget to call and check up on the ones we really care about, and to say, how you doing? Like, are you really okay? Because a lot of us, we say, yeah, I'm good, you know, I'm good, I'm doing, I'm all right. Then you go home and you stress and you can't sleep. Prime example, myself, man, I do it all the time. But as time goes on, we gotta grow and get better at communicating. Like I say, there's nothing wrong with counseling. Uh, Therapy in general, there's nothing wrong with it. You need to get that negative energy out you, and not just negative, but just how you feeling, man. You just don't need to hold it in all the time, and it's okay. So I think that's a big deal with black men and just black people in general, as far as our mental health goes. And we just need to do a better job at, you know what I mean, just making each other comfortable to express ourselves. Um, yeah. So why we must speak out instead of holding things in? Okay, well I just spoke on that, so yeah, that tied in with the last topic. And yeah, so we're getting closer to the end, and one of the last topics is okay, how to get past the small town mentality. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going through the topics. I'm next episode I will be way better at you know what I mean, transitioning to my topics. Bear with me. But yeah, how to get past the small town mentality. Man, you like coming up in a small town myself, it's very challenging, because if you don't see anything around you, you think that's the norm. Oh man, it's cool just to graduate and just stay here. There's nothing else in the world. It's easy to do that, but you have to just know what you want out of life, man. And you don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to have all these fancy things, all these materialistic things that the world portrays, that will make you someone. If you have no, it could be as simple as just, you know what I mean, taking a vacation somewhere. Like it's so easy to get wrapped into the mentality, man, when it's not a lot around you. But I just feel like in order to get past that, you gotta dream big. You gotta want better for yourself. You gotta say, man, I'm not just accepting the norm. Or if my people has constantly been telling me my whole life, oh man, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that. Just, man, go work here and do this, that, and the third, because this is life. No, it's not. It's not. Do your research. It's so many places in the world. It's crazy that you probably never known about that you can go. Put that work in, dream, know who you gonna become, and strive for it. It's just like it's sickening, man, to see people that you really care about, you know what I mean, who don't even try. And that's not coming from a judgmental aspect, because I done had these conversations myself with people, and a lot of people think like, man, well, big places isn't for me, or this, that, and the third isn't for me. But then you ask that person, well, have you ever tried it? Have you ever experienced it? And they'll be like, no. And that's like, how do you know certain things aren't for you if you haven't tried? Or how do you know going to other places isn't for you if you've never been there? So it's just like, a lot of times we have to, like, we just got to take that leap, man. Take that leap, get out there and see things, man, and just do better instead of just accepting and settling all the time, man. Like, man, like, if I can give any advice to anybody, and not like I have it all figured out, but for those who are tired of just a small town mentality, or just tired of anything having staying the same, change it, man. Dream, put action. You know what I mean? Put action behind it, execute it, and you definitely can make it happen. That's one of the biggest things that with me when I was younger. I always was like, man, I love where I'm from, but I don't want to just be here forever, because I know it's not it. I know it's more to the world. It's so much that can broaden my horizon. It's so much that can just inspire me, and that's just imagination too. Moving off your imagination sometime, man. If it pops in your head, think of how you can put that into, you know what I mean, manifestation, manifesting it. Like, that's what I can say on that. But yeah, like I say, this was great, man. I hope I was able to speak on some topics and talk about some things that you guys were thinking of as well. Like I said, this is the first episode, the first official episode, so I'm a little all over the place. I will get better. But I want to thank you guys again for tuning in to the first official episode of the GBLowkey podcast. Man, I'm super excited. Stay tuned next week for another episode. Like I said, in the upcoming episodes, I will have guests on. Excuse me. I will have guests on to get other perspectives other than just mine. Also, if you guys want me to speak on certain topics, you guys can email me, or you can message me on any of my socials. I have my email in the description, so you guys can just send me some topics that you may want to hear my perspective on, or that you want to give your perspective on, and I can just bounce off of that as well. As far as my socials, you can get at me on Facebook under 1F GeeButLowkey. That's JUANF GeeButLowkey, GeeButLowkey. On Instagram, you can find me at He's Steady Grinding. And that's pretty much all the socials that I'm on. Yeah. And as far as the music, like I said, thank you guys for all the support. As you all know, I had dropped the Progression album in April. It's on all platforms. You can go stream that if you would. I would greatly appreciate it. We also got a lot of things coming up as well. My brother Luca Leaks, he has a project out. FNIC, no, not FNIC. He gonna kill me. 2214 is out. That's on all platforms as well. Luca Leaks, look him up. Yeah, he has an upcoming project. I have an upcoming project as well. And we just put out a project last month, Passion and Pain. That's on all streaming platforms as well. Go check that out. And yeah, stay tuned. Shout out to my guy Dunn B Shot Me. Get at him for any photography needs, videos, anything like that you need. Get at him. He does it all. You can follow him. He'll have his contact info in the description as well. Get at him. That's Dunn B Shot Me. He's responsible for a lot of my not a lot, but all of my videos and my cover art, all of that. So get at him. He's super dope. Yeah, and I just want to thank everybody who support me. Thank you guys. Thank you. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the next episode, which will be next week. So yeah, like I said, y'all got any kind of topics y'all want me to speak on, my email will be in the description, and just get at me on my socials as well. Thank you guys once again. It's your boy Warren, tuning out.